a godly life. How are we instructed to live a godly life? We were talking about being instructed under the law of Moses or being instructed under grace, Jesus, which is the person of grace. Amen. So when we're trying to live a godly life under the law, one thing we're going to have a problem with is that the law is always pointing out my sin. The law is always revealing my sin, so it makes it hard to live a godly life. You would say the law is always exposing me. It's always revealing my shortcomings, my imperfections. The law is always shining a light on my imperfections to where I don't meet the standard. I don't meet the guidelines. I'm not doing what God wants me to do or what I'm supposed to be doing. So if I'm trying to teach you to live a godly life according to the law, it makes it hard. It allows me to be frustrated and continue to be under a guilt and shame towards God because I feel like I'm not accepted. Why? Because of my sin. The law keeps pointing out my sin. So you're trying to teach me to be godly according to the law, which the law points out my sin. And it's hard to live a godly life because the law keeps pointing out my sin. You see the dilemma that is? That is a dilemma. But grace. Why it is necessary for the believer to be led by the Spirit of God to live a godly life, because we understand something. It was the grace of God that appeared to all men, dealing with what? Sin, so that we can live a godly life. Under the law, you couldn't live a godly life because you were under condemnation. You were spiritually dead, shaping iniquity on our way to hell. We couldn't live a godly life. So why would you use the law that condemned me to try to teach me to live a godly life? No, but it is grace. Because grace is teaching us to say no to ungodliness and do what? And receive the true and living God. God's way is love. It is love. God so loved the world that he laid down his life for us. Amen. Jesus became our substitute, our lamb, went in our place and died for us. The wages of sin is death, and he died so that me and you can live a godly life. What is a godly life? Well, first of all, we've been born of the Spirit, and we're in God, and God is in us. His life is in us, that our life may represent him. Our life may expose him through love, by the way we're loving one another. So we are being led by the Spirit how to live a godly life. We're being led by the Spirit and sharing in a godly life. What? A divine nature as we're sharing in. So no, it's not to be in bondage again, to instruct me again according to sin, but according to grace, where we have been forgiven, that we can live a godly life in the Spirit and led by the Spirit of a holy God. Amen. God bless you, and I love you, and I thank God, that he is for us and not against us. Amen. So yes, we can live a godly life according to the Spirit of the living God. We're no longer under the law, but we are under the grace of the true and living God, who favored us and loved us from the beginning. Amen. God bless you. Love you.